Grand rising, grand arrival, grand return. Peace and blessings to the righteous and repentant alike. I am Sophia, Tayac of the AmaruKhan Band of Indians, and this is your daily transmutation report where we practice manipulating the incoming rays to the earth in a format that best serves our creator. Today is October the 23rd. It's Wednesday, 2024, 6 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Coming to you from the Sunshine State. We have officially entered into Scorpio season. Shout out to all the Scorpios out there. I am one of you. This energy is going to be affecting me quite dramatically. As I have a lot of energy in Scorpio. So we have our sun at 0 degrees of Scorpio. I'm starting to notice the trend that literally on the day that we enter Scorpio season, the different seasons, the 0 degree point does happen in the 6 a.m. time frame. So I'm still keeping an eye on that. We'll see if it changes when we go to the different time, like when the time falls back or whatever, if it's still in the same time period, and then we'll have an understanding if that's related to why they switched the time. So we would always be able to time these things, which is my guess, but we'll see how it affects the charts. So we might affect change our time to match. So we'll see when that comes up. Now I got to keep a look at that. All right, so we have our sun, like I said, at 0 degrees of Scorpio. We have our moon not yet in this conjunction with Mars, but that will be happening today. We have less energies, but I wouldn't say that it's more calm because these are still quite intense. We still have this opposition between Neptune and Vesta. We still have this square between Mars with Juno and Aries. Mars at 25 degrees of, Mars is also moving direct. Hold on. I don't even have that on my list. When Mars goes direct. Mars is moving direct. I think this just started. Well, I didn't write that down. Okay, well, there's no way I could have known that because I didn't even write it down. Anyway, Mars is now going direct. We know it's going to get to 6, or it's still going direct. I'm sorry. Mars wasn't in retrograde yet. It's not gonna go retrograde until we hit 6 degrees of Leo. My apologies. I'm a little bit ahead, which is soon actually. Anyway, Mars is in a square to Aries and Juno. It's also in now a sextile to Uranus, which is at 26 degrees of Taurus. It's close enough to be a sextile. I already talked about the opposition. We do have a square between the sun and Pluto, and the sun is our core identity and values, and Pluto, of course, is our core identity, vitality, and sense of self. That's the sun. And Pluto is literally transformation. So we have a square between those two things. Our transformation is kind of fighting back against our core identity. So that's, probably not so helpful. We do have some Venus activations, with Venus being in a trine, in a sextile to the node still. Now it's at 6 degrees of Sagittarius. And I usually don't use quincunx, but because it's Venus, we have this quincunx with it between Chiron and Venus. And remember, Chiron is related to our deepest wounds and path to healing with Venus. So we still got a lot of these Mars moon sort of activations, and Venus, nodes activated with the Chiron. So still a lot of that energy going around. So for a more in-depth look at the astrology, please contact your favorite astrologer. All right, we're on day 21 of the moon cycle. This is the last quarter. It's a 20.9 day old moon with 52.3% illumination, with a moon set time of 2:09 p.m. and a moon rise time of 12:19 a.m. tomorrow. All right, our numerology, courtesy of calendarnumerology.com, is today is a 5-day, which is travel, change, health and wellness, and entertainment. Since the energy is a little bit less, but we still got a lot of Mars and Venus activation. Hopefully this is, you know what this really is? This is the Pluto square the sun. Our transformation in a harsh relationship to our core identity. That's the change. Especially as it relates to who we are on the outside. And also, this could be quite an entertaining day, but again, you want to keep your calm and stay out the way, because people are going to be very, very aggressive with this moon activations, these nodal activations. Venus and Mars both kind of like in each other's energy. It's going to be a little bit of a tough day. All right. So for our sun sign decan, please make sure you go and catch the longer video on this. We are in 5 of Swords energy, which is unwinnable, sneakiness, and defeat. You can best transmute this with the 5 of Wands, which is strength, competition, and conflict, through the lens of the 8th house in Taurus, which is make compromises, be flexible, and merge values. Again, if you have done the work, your inner self, masculine and feminine, is coming together. If you have not done the work, you have an even greater divide between your inner masculine and inner feminine. And it really depends on the work that you've done. Default to your spirit team whenever necessary. Okay. So for our North Node decan, we are in 2 of Wands, which is plans, travel, and new ideas. This is our Jezebel card and our outside influence card. You can best transmute this with the 2 of Swords, which is our intuition card and our initiation card. And that's solutions, difficulties, and indecisions, through the lens of the 12th house in Libra, which is learn how to collaborate even if you don't feel like it. Look, you may not want to work with these people. You may not want to work with your spirit team. You may think you can handle it. You don't need them, so on and so forth. Now's not the time for you to be out here doing a bunch of stuff. Let your spirit team do the talking, and you sit back and collect the paychecks. That's literally what we're talking about right now. Okay, you be the boss. Let your spirit team be the workers that are willing and ready to work with you and for you. Okay. For our astrotarography, a solar tree of life yearly progressions and predictions, we are in moon energy until November the 22nd, and that's the 8 of Cups, which is new future, walking away in disillusion. You can transmute this with the 8 of Coins, which is learning, hard work, and beginning, through the lens of the 12th house in Virgo, which is to pay attention to detail while remaining compassionate and sensitive. We have to pay attention to what's going on around us. We can't just walk away from our blessings or our punishments, as this guy is doing with these cups. We have to take the cup that's been given to us, work hard to do something with it. And that's what you see with this 8 of Coins. All right. So for our lunar tree of life yearly progressions and predictions, we are in North Node energy, which is the Fool. And that's beginning, start of a new journey, or literally a baby. You can best transmute this with the Wheel of Fortune, which is good fortune, karma or dharma, and luck, through the lens of the 2nd house in Libra, which is to prefer to work with others, don't want to care for self. We can't care for ourselves. We are but a wee little baby. And let your spirit team, again, do the heavy lifting. You don't get into arguments. You don't fight with people. Now is not the time for that. That time is past and is again coming. If you enjoy this type of astrological content, please feel free to join me on YouTube, where my handle is Sophia Spiritualite. Thank you. If you'd like a copy of these slides, please go over to our Schumann Mystery School on Patreon. That's where you can find these slides and our monthly initiation reports. Thank you so much for joining us for today's daily transmutation report. Peace and blessings, and we'll see you tomorrow.